Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. George Graves Jr., welcome to a beautiful Wednesday evening with the Peoria Municipal Band. Ready to do a little stargazing? Well, that's our theme for tonight, and it looks like a clear night for that. Dr. Katie Burnham is our vocalist for tonight, and we got a variety of music for you tonight. Also got a little bit of Dixieland. Dixieland Band's going to come up front and center. So, beautiful evening for a concert, so please welcome Dr. Katie Burnham and Dr. David Vroman.
Please stand if you are able and join us in singing the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well, good evening. It's great to see you, and we will start with our public service announcement. When I was coming here, I thought, well, it'd be kind of fun if the clarinets would make that sound. But instead, it's this sound. If you hear this sound, maybe we should have had the clarinets do that. If you're out there by the railroad track, all you have to do is just move back by the cars. You can leave your chairs where they are, okay? We're glad you could join us this evening. We're going to start with a piece of music that comes from one of Sousa's 11 suites that he wrote. And this is called the Looking Upward Suite. And obviously that fits our theme tonight. And the very first movement, which we're not going to play for you, he saw that he was looking into the heavens on a train ride, just so happened, train ride across South Dakota. And that's where he got his inspiration, or so he claims. The second movement was suggested by an advertisement for the steamship that was called the Southern Cross. And the third movement, the one we will play for you, entitled Mars and Venus, he said it was inspired by gazing into the heavens. But the coolest thing about the third movement is that in 1902, when he finished it, he happened to be in Peoria, Illinois. So this is a piece of music that he finished here, right here in our home city. One of the surprising features about this particular movement, it has this double drum roll at the very end, which nobody could figure out what is going on. And it really kind of astonished audiences because it came from nowhere and he never really said what it meant. However, the United States Marine Band did some program notes and they included this poem that gives you a little bit of a hint. It says, he was a soldier off to war. She was a sweet young soul. She sang of love and he of glory. And together they told the same old story. After the drummers roll, my lad, after the drummers roll. This is Mars and Venus from John Philip Sousa's Looking Upward Suite. Well, you have to use your imagination for this next one because we are going to someplace none of you have ever been. The only person I know that has been there is Max, who plays trombone in the band. Max, wave to everybody, would you? There's Max. This piece is entitled StarCraft II, Legacy of the Void. And you all know the story, right? The renegade human Terrans, the noble psionic Protoss, and the horrific insectoid Zerg. The storyline covers fortunes of these three races and the leaders fighting for dominance in a remote region of the galaxy. And as I said, Max is the only one that's been to this remote region of the galaxy. Quote, "You are Hierarch Artanis, leader of the mighty Protoss race. Years ago, your home world of Aurur fell to the merciless Zerg swarm. Now, at long last, you've raised a powerful fleet of warships known as the Golden Armada, and you're poised to reclaim your world. But an ancient evil, Amon, threatens this destiny and the fate of the entire galaxy. Only you can reunite the Protoss factions and defeat the coming darkness before it consumes all life in the sector. If you want to know how this turned out, you'll have to talk to Max after the concert. In the meantime, we're going to play StarCraft II, Legacy of the Void." just talk to Max when it's over, and he'll explain all that music to you. Each week, as you know, we feature a vocal soloist. Now, the last time I saw Katie Burnham, her name was Katie Burnham, and the next time I saw her, it was Dr. Katie Burnham, some 4 years later. She's a graduate of Bradley University, and she just recently graduated from Shenandoah Conservatory with a doctorate of musical arts in voice performance. She's going to relocate to upstate New York. She has landed a visiting faculty position with the Crane School of Music at SUNY Potsdam for the fall and the spring semester. And during her contract at Crane, she'll be teaching classical and also contemporary commercial music, or some people call it CCM. And that's kind of a term that people use for any music that is not classical. So that would be your jazz, pop, blues, folk, rock, country kind of thing. She'll also be teaching some vocal diction and directing some scenes in their fall opera workshop program. We're glad to have her back in Peoria, at least for a short time period. Please welcome to the microphone Dr. Katie Burnham.
Thank you. It is an honor to be back. Like Dr. Roman said, I got my undergrad at Bradley University, so this really kind of feels like a homecoming after, well, it is a homecoming because I grew up in Peoria, but my family studied over there. But it's an honor to be back, and one of the things I got to do previously this summer is explore the Southwest, and it's really gorgeous. And we just live in such a beautiful country, and that freedom did not come for free. And so this next song is God Bless the USA, and I just want to use it as a thank you to all of those here who have actively served in the military or have served as a family member, because you are serving too. So thank you.
Tomorrow all the things were gone I'd worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my family by my side. I thank my God above to be living here today, 'cause that flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, but at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died and gave that right to me. And I'm glad they stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. Lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA. There's a pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, and I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died and gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today.
Thank you to those who served in many capacities. So, the next song is from it's like opera's gem. Everybody knows La Boheme. So, this is Musetta's Waltz, or Quando Men Vo. And basically, what has just happened is I just saw my ex-boyfriend walk in here, and you know he gonna be jealous, because look at what he missed out on.
Well, tonight it's just fine to be outdoors, and but other times, you know, you want to be inside. And for a lot of people, one of their traditions was to go inside and see some sort of film. And Warren Barker did this very fine arrangement of a number of themes from Hollywood that I think you'll recognize. From 1937, Thanks for the Memory, and then the theme from Star Trek, the motion picture, 1979, and then Moon River, 1961, Over the Rainbow, and that was 1938 initially, and then finally the Raiders March, 1981. So all those themes wrapped into one arrangement by Warren Barker. This is just called Hollywood. Well, don't look now, but here comes the Peoria Municipal Band, Dixieland Band. See them? Oh, they're starting to move. We're going to hear from James Fry on trumpet, Jill Shea on clarinet, George Graves Jr. on the tenor saxophone, Carl Anderson on the slide trombone, Frank Gutierrez on tuba, and maybe Jeremy Clark on the drum set. We're going to leave Jeremy in the back. And we're not going to move him up to the front, just so that you know, okay? And this particular piece that we're going to play tonight is a concerto for Dixieland Band, and early type of jazz that kind of originated in New Orleans back in the 20s, and we just call it Dixieland, you know. Some of the best known soloists would have been Louis Armstrong, you would know him, or Sidney Bechet. And there are three tunes that make up this particular arrangement, Dixieland front and center. Royal Garden Blues, written in 1920, is probably the most famous, and it was written by Clarence and Spencer Williams. And Williams was one of the earliest black composers to shape some of this jazz as popular music, born in New Orleans in 1889. The second work you'll hear is Mississippi Mud, and that was written by James Cavanaugh and Harry Barris back in 1927. I don't think Max remembers that. And then finally, wrapping up our concerto will be Indiana, or some people would say Back Home in Indiana, and that was written in 1917. So this is the Peoria Municipal Band, Dixieland Band, playing Dixieland front and center. Another round of applause for the Dixieland Band. Don't forget Jeremy Clark in the back. We let him come forward last week, and you saw what happened. After its initial run in 1996, Star Trek, well, that's not even right, I don't think. That's the wrong year. Somebody will know. Star Trek came back to television, and there was a Saturday morning cartoon that I know was in 1973 to 75, and from there things grew. 1979, you had Star Trek, the motion picture, and they had all those movies that came out. Not only did they make millions of dollars in the theaters, but all those motion pictures were sold on over 10 million video cassettes. How many still own a video cassette? Be honest. That's right. 8-track? Oh, just checking. Okay. 1993, Star Trek The Next Generation started. It was interesting. Purdue University in 1993, they did a study with young children, and they found that the children were learning more about science from Star Trek than anything else outside the home. I don't know what that means exactly. This is a great arrangement by Robert W. Smith, and you will hear the theme from Star Trek, you'll hear Star Trek The Next Generation, and theme from Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise, its continuing mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before.
You never know what's going to happen. Well, we are happy you joined us tonight. Want to remind you, Sunday night, Glen Oak Park, 7 o'clock, and it'll give you another chance to come hear Dr. Katie Burnham. But she's got 2 more numbers for us right now, so please put your hands together and give her a nice welcome back. Katie?
Thank you. So this next piece is the title number, The Light in the Piazza, from The Light in the Piazza, by Adam Gettle. And fun fact, Adam Gettle's grandfather is Richard Rogers of Rodgers and Hammerstein. So if this sounds a little golden era with a contemporary spin, you'd be right. So basically, all you need to know for this is that my character is on vacation in Italy, and I've met the man of my dreams, and I'm trying to convince my mom that I'm old enough to marry this man I just met.
I don't see a miracle shining from the sky. I'm no good at statues and stories. I try. That's not what I think about. That's not what I see. I know what the sunlight can be. The light in the piazza, tiny, sweet, and then it grows, and then it fills the air. Who knows what you call it? I don't care. Out of somewhere I have something I have never had, and sad is happy. That's all I see. The light in the piazza, the light in the piazza. It's rushing up, it's pouring out, it's flying through the air, over the air. Who knows what you call it, but it's there, it is there. All I see is, all I want is tearing from inside. I see it, now I see it. Everywhere, it's everywhere, it's everything and everywhere. Fabrizio. The light in the piazza, my love.
So one of the things they teach us in music school is to make sure that you have a really solid community around you, because there are going to be a lot of people throwing different ideas, and you need to have this core group. And I am so blessed to have had a core group through my undergrad, through my master's, through my doctorate. And some of those people, like Dr. Walters, who was my voice teacher at Bradley, is someone that I call when I'm like, oh, and she goes, it's okay, breathe. And I'm so thankful to have Dr. Walters here and Dr. Vroman and my family. And so thank you for raising me up. This is You Raise Me Up.
When I am down and oh my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burden be, and then I'm still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. There is no life without this hunger. Each restless heart beats so imperfectly. And then you come and I am filled with wonder. Sometimes I think I glimpse eternity. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas.
time to check your driver's license, see who you are, and if who you are matches any of the names that are about to be drawn.
And if you've never won before, may the stars be with you. And if you win again, well, there's must be twinkling for you. So we're going to raise up some winners now. So we did raise up some good singing. First one is for those who order before 6:15. Pat Sullivan gives away a special $15 gift card to those people who come and order early and get their food. So let's have Denise draw for that. And it looks like we are Diane Zobach. Are you here? All right. So you'll go to the back table there and we'll take care of you. This is chicken dinner at Kelleher's. Jack Keller. Is Jack Keller here? Jack Keller. Do we have Jack Keller? Back there. Okay. The next one, you get a chicken dinner. The next one, Pat Sullivan had a little issue tonight because two of his cooks had a family emergency and were not able to make it and help him tonight. And so he apologizes for being a little slow on getting your orders to you tonight, but he threw in an extra $20 gift certificate to be able to maybe make you feel a little better about it. Bob Meyer. Jeez, we didn't go far for that one, did we? All right, now we have two gift certificates to Alexander Steakhouse that we're going to put together. Barb Becker. Barb Becker, you have Alexander's. And we have the Lindenhof. So if you like good German food, you'll be able to go to the buffet, have a little schnitzel, and have a little red cabbage and whatever. And she gave me two at once. So the other one is Hannah Jannerman. It looks like Janorman. Are you here? Okay, that's the other winner. And we have one last one. And it goes to the Haystack Gardens, which is fresh produce. It is a $25 gift certificate. Remember, Denise is taking you to dinner here. Ron, S-C-A-L-F. Ron Skelf, is he here? Okay, those are our winners. Go back to the back table, and thank you very much for entering.
Stan Jones, born in Douglas, Arizona, grew up on a ranch. His dad was a physician. And when his father died, they moved to Los Angeles, California, and he earned a master's degree in zoology. And then he competed in rodeos to make money. But he dropped out to join the Navy in 1934. After he was discharged, he went to work as a park ranger, and he used to take his guitar and sing songs. Well, there was one time where he was a guide for a group of Hollywood scouts who were looking for potential locations for a film. And he sang this next song that you're about to hear around the campfire. And they said, "You should do something with your music." So he did. Well, we appreciate you coming out this evening. I want to remind you again, Sunday, 7 o'clock, Glen Oak Park. Next Wednesday, right back here. And then that following Friday, we'll be at United Presbyterian Church. We have a special run out. And then Sunday again. So fast approaching, we're over halfway through our season. And what makes it worthwhile is your attendance. So we are grateful. Several people we want to thank tonight. We want to thank Mr. Todd Pilon for making us sound good. Give Todd a round of applause. And, of course, our vocal soloist, Dr. Katie Burnham. Give her a big round of applause. And our Dixieland Band. Give them a big round of applause. Did you notice how Jeremy Clark figured out how to get to the front of the band? Yeah, you got to watch him all the time. Several people in the band that help a lot and make this go. Laurel Filzen Etzel, she is our assistant conductor. And give her a round of applause. Kristen Sheets is our librarian. George Graves Jr. is our band manager. Liz Driscoll does publicity. Frank Gutierrez in the back. He does everything else for us. So we are grateful. We also want to say thank you to our Peoria Municipal Band Commission. They're the ones that sit at the table, gather the names, and do tons of work that you're not even aware of that makes this happen. And, of course, all the folks down here at Kelleher's. Well, we close tonight, as we always do, giving you a few moments to reflect on what a great country it is in which we live. This is America the Beautiful.